What's going on, guys? Welcome back to I Know Lacrosse. This is Gear Review Episode 1. Today I'm going to give you guys a review of the first helmet that I ever bought. I got this helmet back in 2013 for my birthday. My uncle bought it for me. We went to the local sporting goods store. I saw it on the shelf and I just knew I had to have it, as it was the helmet that was worn by my two favorite teams. So let me show you what I bought. This is the Brine STR, similarly to the Brine Triumph. All is the same in this helmet except for the rear. In the Triumph, there is a dial that you use to tighten back. In the STR, you use two Velcro straps and it does the same process. This was a huge aspect of this helmet that ultimately made it sell a lot more than it probably should have, just because you were able to tighten it to whatever degree you wanted to try and get the best fit out of the helmet. Helmets like the Pro 7, CLH2C Pro had a difficult time adjusting your tightness. So with these helmet reviews, I am going to break it down into three categories: styling, safety, and comfort. With that, I will scale it from 0 to 10, 0 being the worst, 10 being the best, and we will add it all up at the end. Styling with this helmet, I give this a 5 out of 10. Back when I was in 7th grade, we all really liked the way it looked. It had a lot of lines, it was a new design, it was cool. Duke was wearing it, Rutgers was wearing it. Duke had won the men's lacrosse championship. Rutgers was 5 minutes from my house. So I was really in love with this helmet and the way it looked. Today, it's really dated. The face mask especially shows how old it is because it was used on the Triumph, STR, and the Evo. So Warrior did finally discontinue this face mask design with the burn. They came out with a more contemporary, minimalist type of look. But this face mask had a good run. So most of the styling credentials goes to the face mask, as it was my favorite part of the helmet. The visor and the chin have a lot of lines in them, but ultimately this helmet just doesn't look as good as the Cascade helmets did at the time. I think there's just too much going on with the helmet and it could have been a little bit more reserved. Moving on to safety, this gets a 4 out of 10. This is definitely the most unsafe helmet I have ever played in my entire life, but this was the first lacrosse helmet that I purchased. Inside, there's just minimal padding all over. There's a lot of hard foam, especially on the temporal protective area. I just always had issues with safety when I would get hit in the head. I got a lot of headaches, probably had a concussion once or twice from it. I just really didn't have the ideal protection that a youth lacrosse player, let alone a collegiate or professional lacrosse player, should have had. But we have come a long way as a lacrosse world since 2013, and if you see the technology that is in the Evos and the new Burns, it is amazing how safe those helmets are when compared to the Triumph and the STR. So I give a lot of credit to Brine and Warrior, and I don't diss them in any way, because we all learn from our past. Moving on to comfort, it's a lower score again, a 2 out of 10. Whenever I wore this helmet, and I'm going to put it on for you guys, but I will take the chin strap off. Whenever I wore this helmet, I would always feel like there was a pressure, and I feel it right now. At the top of my head, there are two hard foam pads, and I always felt like they were pushing down on my skull more than they should have. This is how I would have worn my helmet in 7th grade. And when I would take my helmet off, after maybe about 30 minutes or more of playing, I would feel that pressure on my head still, and it was very discomforting, and you sensed it more and more as you played with this helmet on. I don't know if it was the same for you if you wore STR or if you wore a Triumph. Let me know in the comments if you wore this type of helmet. Did you feel the same discomfort in the top of your head, and did you ever get a bruise from the temporal lobe area from those really hard foam pads like I did? So overall, this helmet gets an 11 out of 30, which isn't that bad for a helmet from 2013, and with the technology and the safety features of it, I thought it was going to get a lower score when I created this scoring chart and looked at this helmet. I was like, there's no way this thing is getting over a 10. But it is. When compared to my new helmet, which is a Cascade S, my S blows this thing out of the water. There is no comparison. One thing that is kind of nostalgic though is when I wear my Evo for my college team. My Evo does have the same face mask, so it kind of makes me feel like back in my middle school days, except the shots coming at me are like 90 to 100 miles an hour daily, which is a lot more fast than it was in middle school. So overall, I think this helmet served me well. I would not recommend it to anyone playing today. Go out and get yourself a nice Cascade S, Warrior Burn, something like that. Stay far, far away from the STR. Please, I'm begging you. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment below your first helmet that you wore. For me, it was a Cascade CLH2. I want to know what was the first helmet you ever wore, and what was the first piece of gear or first helmet that you ever bought. Thank you guys so much for watching.